Good day to you. Today we're going to be installing a hot water anode rod. Looks like this water heater is in a pretty tight location, so we need the anode rod of this style that comes in segments so that it's easier to get into the tank without having to remove the tank or lower it down on the side to get your traditional long anode rod in there. These particular anode rods will confirm, but I believe this is a 1 1/16 inch nut on the top. There's two types of anode rods you can get. One is magnesium, and the other that we're using in this case is aluminum zinc oxide. Now, if you have a well, not city water or soft water, you want this aluminum zinc oxide. The magnesium ones do offer some premium protection if you're on soft water or city water. But if you're on well water like this customer, magnesium-based anode rod can actually smell like rotten eggs. Who wants that when they're taking a shower, right? The way these work, they come in these 1-foot sections. So you're able to feed these in like hot dogs down into the water heater tank. And you can trim these if your water heater tank is a little bit shorter than this, but in this case this will be no problem. This is a 30-gallon water heater. So let's see if we can get this anode rod, the old one, out first. Sometimes that can be a challenge. We're going to be using an impact wrench. See if we can break this thing loose. So let's get onto it. First thing you're going to want to do is shut off the water. Now you can shut off the water at the source. Most hot water heaters have a valve at the top. But we've noticed that if you turn those valves, often they'll begin leaking because they don't get often used. So I like to turn it off at the source if possible. In this case, we're going to turn it off at the well. Turn off our water. Now we found if you open a valve in the house, hot water, it'll drain some of that pressure off. Then we can crack downstairs or wherever your water heater is to drain about 1 to 2 gallons out of the water heater. Let's open our hot water. Drain the pressure off. Alright, we're just going to leave this open until we get the anode rod changed. The anode rod is normally under one of these covers. So look for the cover that's closest to the center of the water heater. In this case, it would be this one. I'll pop that cover off, and you're going to notice down in there is our anode rod. This is 1 1/16. This one looks pretty corroded, so don't know if she's going to come out. Let's give it a try. Oh man, that thing is so tight. It's not going to come out of there no matter what we do. So we're going on to plan B. So here's a quick tip. When you get a new water heater, pull the anode rod out and put some never sees on the threads. Because if you're like this water heater, when the anode rod needs to be replaced, this was installed in November 12, 2013. Now it's 2026. This anode rod will not come out. We tried various things, all of our impact wrenches, nothing. It's frozen in there. I'm afraid it's going to either twist off or break the tank. So at this point, we're going to stick a link of the anode rod, that type of anode rod that comes in like sausages. We're going to pull the bottom element out, which we did already. We're going to stick a section of the anode rod in the bottom of the tank. We'll show you that. So here's a section of the anode rod. We just went ahead and cut a piece of it off. We're going to stick it inside the tank, and it's going to just sit on the bottom and do what it normally does, hanging. Then the next time we pull this out to replace the element, we'll stick another one in.